I love this mic. Hi, guys. Good morning and welcome to the morning edition, the Sports Buffet African Cup of Nation edition on Elegbete TV Radio, Elegbete TV YouTube Sports, Elegbete TV Sports YouTube channel. And we've been having what I will call a roller coaster of results. I think that this is one of the most unpredictable Nations Cup that we've had. This is also the most balanced in terms of fixtures alignment. There is always, there are minors playing against minors, so-called minors playing against minors, but then there are also big teams playing against big teams. Nigeria and Cameroon is an example on a day where you had Namibia and I think Namibia and Angola, if I'm not mistaken. And then you also have today Cape Verde will play against Mauritania, while somewhere it's going to be Giants, Senegal playing against Cote d'Ivoire, the host of this tournament. Hosts that look dead and buried. Let's not forget that part. Let's also add it to the conversation. Look dead and buried for the group stage, and then somewhere out of nowhere, results in other places. The team that even helped them to qualify, the team that made it possible for for them to qualify as we speak, is already out of the tournament. Because if Cameroon had not beaten, I think it was Zambia or Gambia, who did they beat? I don't know now. We will not be here talking about whether Cote d'Ivoire is still in the tournament. But hey, it is what it is. This is football, and results in other places sometimes might just help your cause. And then when it help your cause, it is now up to you to prove yourself. Just the same way Cameroon, didn't have it good in the group games. Lose one, win one, draw one, but end of the day qualifying, and then they were unlucky to meet a Nigerian team that is becoming impregnable. Okay, the Nigerian team is before this tournament or coming in the last couple of years. One of the things that we used to say is that Nigeria is rich in attack, but we're not sure of the goalkeeping area. Out of nowhere, the god of soccer decided to drop manna from heaven and drop a certain Stanley Nwabali. I mean, of all the names that are being mentioned, nobody ever mentioned Stanley Nwabali. But I mean, I don't know where somebody mentioned it, his name to the coach. The coach went to go see him, ask him, "Would you love to play for Nigeria?" The guy said, "Why not? This is my dream. This is like, but because I've been in South Africa, it's a dream. But this is those kind of dream that you just keep quiet about. Like, I don't know about you guys, but most of us have had when we're growing up. People say that the Lord told them that we're going to be very rich, and then the reality of our lives is filled with a whole lot of hardship, struggling, stress, and you keep going back to that conversation. Wait, to the God ways I got this successful, so why am I dealing with all of this? And then I don't know where something just happened that you didn't even plan for, and then that's when you know, okay, this is only God. And that's exactly the story for me. The biggest story of the African Cup of Nation is Stanley Nwabali coming out of nowhere to become Super Eagles number one. That goes back to one of the tweets that Jude Gallo tweeted some time ago that got him into trouble, where he said favor over labor, and a lot of people were trashing him. And he got to a point, he called me and he said, "Guy, now you be media person, I bet help me look this tweet. Is there anything I said that is wrong there in this tweet?" I laugh, and it was, when you call your friend out of concern and you're really looking for uh kind of like professional advice, good opinion, and instead of the person giving you that good opinion or professional opinion, it takes the first 45 seconds to laugh at you, like seriously laugh at you, and you'll be wondering, I'm sure I've done something wrong, right? Because this laughter is like confirming what everybody's saying. And I said, listen, if you're going to listen to the people on social media, what they say about you and all that, and especially in a country like Nigeria where everybody's angry and frustrated, then you just might as well just get out of social media, because you can even do the right thing and people will attack you for it. And then I reminded him of when Tedola bought three Ferrari for his daughters, and everybody during the COVID, and they were like, "Oh, should I spend that money for COVID?" Blah blah blah. But they forgot that the man also provided a lot of money for COVID that the people who represent them didn't disburse properly, right? But it is what it is. I should have spent that money. Should his children suffer because there is COVID? Is he the one that put the COVID? If the COVID even come and catch him now, that kind of thing. So you look at the Wambali, and it just reminds me of that audience tweets. Favor over labor. It just happens. And but again, people also take this out of context, like it didn't work for it. No, in journalism or in the media where I work, there's this saying that says proper preparation precedes proper presentation. But then again, it's been rephrased or rearranged in the way they say it. Be prepared so that you don't have to or stay prepared so that you don't have to go and be prepared, right? So I think that what happened was that Stanley, from his days playing in the local league, and to going to South Africa, he's been preparing himself. His reflexes are good, his command, and that's magical smile on his face was good. But yesterday I saw the pain of a nation from an interview I saw online. One of those freelance journalists that's in Cote d'Ivoire was interviewing the goalkeeper. And so normally how an interview, there's really no clear cut pattern of how an interview start, but it is, oh, question, hi, what's up, then question, and I feel make the person feel comfortable and answer your question. But this time around, it was more of an appealing question than a question. And the journalist, the lady's voice was like, I beg, Stanley, I beg, tell me, say you did all right to keep our next game. And that just explain the state of things with the Super Eagles. And I'm going to come to game for today, but I'm just giving you feed from the way I feel about it. This show doesn't go through normal format anyway. And I'm thinking in my head, like, when you watch things from other people, it's like, would you do it like that, or is that the way it's going to be done? And the person that shared it with me, because I wasn't just something I saw it, somebody shared it with me and said, is this professional journalism? And I laughed and I said, look at the question you're asking. Does professional journalism still exist? What is professional journalism, by the way? When you say professional journalism, what is professional journalism? This is a freelancer, and being a freelancer doesn't mean you shouldn't be professional, but this is a freelancer who probably have gone through hell and high water to raise the fund that took her to Cote d'Ivoire. And she knows that whatever platform she's on that platform, and she's in Cote d'Ivoire to watch the platform grow as high as possible. And then, now one of the solid pillar of the team that can keep the team going is out injured. And there is so much uncertainty, as we were told that between 24 to 48 hours is when we will know the real thing. And listening to the player himself yesterday, he said something. He said this was his answer. He said, I hope to be in goal, but this thing about injuries, you're feeling pain. Yes, he was grimacing, so you could see till that he was in pain. You feel pain, the pain steps down, but then you still have to go through the medical check to ascertain your feet and all that. And in my head, I'm just thinking, I'm just doing what I normally would do in this kind of situation, playing all the devil's advocate, putting all the cards on the table. Worst case scenario, they will give him painkillers. Okay, what's the situation? Is it going to aggravate his pain? Is it going to cause more problem? Okay, the Nigeria that will know if they give this guy painkiller and then get more dangerous, things get very bad. The NFF that I know will abandon him, and then nobody would even care. Okay, and all of those things were just playing in my head, and I was like, you know what? God, I'm not the coach of this team. I'm not the team manager of this team. I'm just a Nigerian, and I will leave whether they do well, they don't do well. Let me not put myself in a place where I get high blood pressure. I've got a whole lot of bills to pay, a whole lot to deal with, a whole lot of headache to carry. Let me not carry the headache of that goalkeeper. But then I know that there are a lot of Nigerians who are right now praying, wishing. Somebody just even called me now that I should go and break three coconuts. I use it to bath. So there are so many things that you deal with in this space that we are in. How many of you are praying for the goalkeeper? The long and short of all this conversation is, how many of you are praying for the goalkeeper right now? Or you are part of those people who say, you know what, now three goalkeeper they carry go. If you know, if he injure, let Francis Uzo take the place in our next match. After all, it's Angola that we're playing, not a big deal. I say, who are we playing against? It's not Angola that we're playing. I think our next match is Angola, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Let me be sure now before I go and be saying the things that I'm not supposed to say and give people wrong information. And tomorrow it's Angola. Okay, it's Angola that we're playing on Friday, 2nd of February. Okay, so I mean, let's go back to the conversation now. You see that the way you look at this game coming up. Before we talk about today's game, are you one of those who say, you know what, if Stanley like make a defeat, if you like making no defeat, we are good to go. We can use anybody. There's no problem. no problem. So some people like, it doesn't matter. We're good. We're good. We can use anybody to achieve what we want to achieve to get what we want. I mean, I need you to tell me what your feelings are about that one. Having said that, let's move on to this game. Two very very important games today for those those people that are supporting the minors or the minors. What do we call it? We call it minors, right? Okay, in this tournament, would have a very field day today. Looking at the fixtures, man, Egypt, they came into this tournament and every game they played was draw. Senegal will be playing against Cote d'Ivoire, but that's later. Let's look at the first game that will come up. It's Cape Verde versus Mauritania, and I'm sitting where I am. I'm just saying to myself, how would the game go? Okay, how would Cape Verde come out in this game? One of the things that has happened with this tournament is the fact that uh, the team that have the highest goal scorer in this tournament have already, exited the tournament, and you now have to understand that anybody can play catch up. Those who are on 2 goals or 3 goals or 1 goal, 0 goal can play catch up as it is. So in this Cape Verde versus Mauritania game, it's going to be played at the Felice Hopper Boyni Stadium. Until I caught my tongue, and it's that kind of game that you say could go either ways. But the odds-on favorite in this one is Cape Verde, meaning that Angola, possible Cape Verde or Mauritania, one of them would be, in the quarterfinals alongside Angola and the rest of them. And then there's a possibility. That's a funny thing. There's a possibility of them going all the way to the semifinals. After in 2013, there was Burkina Faso in the finals. Okay, even though they lost to Nigeria, but you look at that country. I mean, who is Burkina Faso to be playing in the finals of a tournament that you have Ghana, Mali, Cameroon, Senegal, South Africa? Did I mention South Africa? South Africa, I'm shitty people. What's it called? I wanted to mention Egypt. It was South Africa. South Africa, because they use a Euro to win 196. Well, all of those ones. So, what's your stand? Who do you think is going to go forward? Let's come to analysis now. Cape Verde versus Mauritania. Who goes forward? Senegal. We touched on it early this morning, because it was early this morning when we had our post match, because the match stretched into extra time and penalties. Who do you pick for Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire to go? So let me play the cards out on the table for that one so that you see it. Senegal are the most informed team in this tournament. They defensively solid. They are also scoring goals. I think they've scored the most goals so far in this tournament, and they are the defending champion. They don't look like they want to rest. The African Cup of Nations have a history of defending champions coming to win it. Cameroon have won it back to back. Egypt have won it back to back on two different occasions. In the beginning, when it started in 1957, they won it. In 59, they won it, and then in the 2000s, they also won 3 straight times, and they've won it 7 times in this competition. And then you look at Senegal. It seems like Senegal is about to do that. Okay, it's about to go down. They most likely look like a team that would win tonight on paper. But you see, the thing about Cote d'Ivoire is Cote d'Ivoire goes into this game with a fan base that is delicately poised, that is hanging on the gunpowder, and there is a whole lot that could go wrong. No, so remember when Cote d'Ivoire was beaten by Equatorial Guinea 4 goals to nothing. Their fans went on rampage, destroying and damaging things, bosses, and a whole lot. And it just coincided with also when Ghana exited the tournament, and Ghanaian fans can crash up, and they were crying all over the place. And people don't realize that when you cry, your face, no matter how fine, if you like, have the face of Donald Duke. If you cry, you look ugly. Then when you now have normally the Ghana people, they are more likely looking like the guys, especially more likely looking like Adam Soshomole than they are looking like Donald Duke. And then you now start crying in public place, and you know that this is the era of smartphone. People would rather stick a video of you crying, not being able to eat or not being able to move, than they would actually try to come and console you and say, "Oh, sorry, yeah, do sorry." No, nobody cares about that. And the other day, I was talking with someone that back in the day when I was young, right? If a woman is pregnant and maybe she's just walking around in the market or a public place and her water broke, other women would lose one of their wrapper. Women, from where I come from, I don't know if it happened in your side, but where I come from, women always have like two wrapper moving about, okay? They will lose the upper wrapper, and you see them just form a ring or an octagon around the woman that is in labor, and then they would just, there's a way to do it. And it's so funny that every street, every neighborhood, there is a matron. There is an Asian woman that robs people, or there is a matron, somebody that takes it. For you know, they wrap around the person, and then the baby is born and all that, and everybody is pouring powder on their body. I said, in this era, nobody could lose rapper on our phone, or they'll bring out their phone. Oh, what are the, is that a piece of body? Oh, is that a piece of body? Oh, this is my guy, a piece of body. Oh, some people will go live. Some people would, is the way it is the era that we're in. So when you go to stadium and your team lose, package, it dey pay but package, because as you do all those things, so now so that the video you, so that they put you online, and then they embarrass your entire family, your generation, and where you come from. Talking about embarrassment, there was something very, very embarrassing about football yesterday, English football. So many things embarrassing anyway. Kyle Walker came out and said, finally, I have a secret to tell. He's been the father of a daughter out of wedlock. I don't know, but the way people come out with this thing and make it look, and I'm in the house. My wife is here. I might say this thing and I might just go get a slap that I'm not expecting to get. But I'm just saying it. Guys, if you're watching this, please click on the like button. And I beg at the beg now. It's not supposed to be impossible thing to do, Sha, but more I just so there are some things that I saw in football that I can't take. Just when Jurgen Klopp came out and announced that he's leaving, Jurgen Klopp just does, like, have you guys noticed that Jurgen Klopp like drama? He wins, he's sunning his teeth like go to the roast. I mean, sometimes it pisses me off. Liverpool fans might be here and get angry, but if you want vest, this is me. Sometimes it just pisses me off with the things that he does. You're leaving. Talk to your management, shut up and move on. Don't come and be doing plenty video, doing reality show and all that. And everybody's wondering why he's leaving. Let me tell you why I think he's leaving. You remember when the All or Nothing series started? Jurgen Klopp was one of those people who had his first opinion on it. And he said, the day Liverpool agreed to that thing, he is leaving. This was somewhere in 2019 or 2016, 2018. He said it, that the day Liverpool tried, puts a camera and people see what he's doing, they get to know what he's doing, he is leaving. Remember, a couple of weeks ago, the FSG, who are struggling with money, saw an opportunity to make an extra money. And they signed up to an all or nothing deal for next season on Liverpool. And coincidentally, Liverpool are on the cusp of a quadruple the way it is right now. They're looking like one of those teams that would defeat everybody and go all the way. And Jurgen Klopp just came out with his drama of I am leaving, sat down, do proper press conference, give us all the pressing moment, give us all the effect, everything will get effect. They zoom in from, they give a close shot from his shoe up to his face, like they're shooting a movie. Everything, the way his posture, his demeanor, and everything. And that one passed. Just when we were recovering from that, Xavi and his Barcelona were beaten at home 5 goals to 3. And he said he's leaving at the end of the season. And then we get past that one. Just when we get past that one, we now hear that what's it called? Arsenal's coach is not the odds-on favorite to go. And Arsenal, all of a sudden, Arteta have now whispered to close friends, close pals. That's the rumors are coming. First off, let's try and understand one thing, that the British society that I know is built around the heavy headlines of the dailies. So British is still a society where people buy daily newspaper. It is very, very important. The culture is you buy paper, read it around the family. UK is not like America that is 400 million people. Out of place, population is going out of place. They're excited to be homeless. That's why America have more homeless people, because half of New York is filled with houses and nobody can pay the rent, buildings that nobody's occupying, just like Ikoyi in Lagos, in Nigeria, and Abuja, in Asokoro and Maitama and all that area, where people pretend to be rich but they are poor, where they use dirty money and use real estate to launder it. Yes, come and beat me, I said it. Countries like America, where they are more interested in bombing other countries than providing shelter for their own people. And I always say to my friends, when we talk about all this war in Syria, America bombing people, and I said, a country like America cannot care for anybody. And they say, why am I saying that? A country that have more incarcerated people in their country than any other country in the world. A country that have more homeless people. You think, say, Papa will be saying they pay Piki school fees, when they take care of your children and your wife. You just say you go take care of another person. No, you can't give love when you don't have it, right? You cannot expect love from somebody who doesn't. This thing is straightforward. So sometimes when people live their life by the standards and the the moral code of America. Like, you don't really know what you look for. You know, they see you know all those people with they be like onions. They send for outside. If they fry something for your house, and you know they perceive the odor, the aroma, but somebody for outside don't they perceive and finish, don't they salivate. That's how America is. They're so nice outside. They're the best country in the world outside. And like at home, they are rubbish. Yes, people in America no agree with me on this one. They go ready fight me. But that's just it. Before you know it, stories now coming out that Arteta is the Hudson favorite, and Arteta is willing to quit the Arsenal project. And I'm sitting where I am, and I was like, okay, yeah. Once upon a time, they said that this guy loves Arsenal that much, blah 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 blah. So why the hell is this coming out now? Listen, Arteta, if you want to go, Alele, be going. Be gone, be gone, be gone. Yes, you've done well. You brought Arsenal back to the Champions League, but I'm going to say that Arsenal have a chance of winning the Premier League back to back. Your stupidity and that of Edu cost us the title last season. This season, Liverpool have not been fantastic. Arsenal have just been stupid. Okay. And Arteta is also responsible. At the start of the season, before the season started, you had the chance to buy a backup for Bukayo Saka, but you prioritized the glory of Bukayo Saka like he was going to win the Ballon d'Or ahead of the glory of the club. And Arsenal is suffering today. You went to buy Kai Havertz when everybody was telling you go and buy James Maddison. Okay. And we see, yes, Maddison is injury prone. We agree on that conversation. But the value of James Maddison and Kudus is way, way better. Okay, to any team that they play for, that Kai Havertz, and not having a backup for Bukayo Saka, and also hanging on to Reece Nelson and also hanging on to Eddie Nketiah is the reason why Arsenal is not having daylight between them and the chasing pack. Arsenal would have been like 10, 15 points ahead of every other person, all things being equal. Because those Fulham games, home and away, that they drop point, one they lost, one they draw, and all those games where they drop point, those are games that Newcastle, those are games that Arsenal with a proper striker, with a proper enforcement, would have taken them apart. But hey, it is football. I can do all this permutation, all these things I'm talking about right now, and it still wouldn't mean anything. Now let's move forward. Then Kai Walker came out. He said he admits he nearly joined Bayern Munich in a 15 million pounds deal because he wanted to escape the UK to avoid baby scandal backlash. And what does that mean? Kai Walker actually have a baby out of wedlock. Now, I don't know this thing that I'm saying, but yesterday, early this morning in the post-match show, I said something. There is no moral outside of godliness. So if a man is not selling himself as a godly person, I don't think that we have any right to hold them to a moral code and all that. So and after the show, somebody sent me a message that does that mean that as you are now, we cannot hold you to a moral code? If you hold me to a moral code, now you distress yourself. Now you just won't give yourself a headache, and you go enjoy the headache, okay? Mohamed Salah's Afcon dreams are over as Egypt lose to DR Congo on penalties, and Liverpool and your club are excited to have him back. We would not be surprised to see him play the next game, even though he is claimed to be injured. Well, I don't know. We will see that one, okay? And different people, what's it called? All of a sudden, a player from Manchester United that played one entire season without scoring a goal or having a shot on target. What's that his name again? Boy, we get fine face. We always get to drama. I've forgotten his name. He said he wants to focus on his career and he doesn't want to go to nightclub again. He doesn't want to party anymore. He wants to focus on his career at old age. When you take your career to play everything since now you want to focus on your career. Talking about nightclub, what's it called? Rashford, Marcus Rashford was seen in the right nightclub, but couldn't play for Manchester United because he said he wasn't feeling fine. So everybody's wondering, you're not feeling fine, you can go to nightclub, or you can't play for the club. I'll be okay because maybe they were playing against Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town almost knocked them out of the competition. And I've got some message on WhatsApp. Most times I try to. Let me read this one. Hi, my name is Shola. Shola, good morning. I watched your show last night. I particularly noticed a few things that I want to talk about. I'm a YouTuber for the past 5 years, going to 6 years now. I started when I was 30. I'm almost 36 now. And the thing is, in this last 6 years, or almost 6 years, I have not made up to 1,000 subscribers, and I have put up over 910 content, but it's always a struggle. What is it that I am not doing right that I can improve on? Here is a link to my YouTube channel. I will have to watch that after my show. And how do I get monetized? What do I need to do to be able to be like you? I saw that people give you $10 and $5 yesterday. What is that exactly? And where does that money go? Does it go to your account, or it is just like emoji or real money? Well, surely this question where you ask so big. First off, so there are different ways to make money on YouTube once your account is monetized. So there is the super chats. If you're doing live, if you've seen anybody doing live now, you see $1 sign. There's a place where there is uh add reaction, which is the emoji sign. There is a dollar sign, and then there is a plus sign. Okay. The plus sign is to enable you engage with your audience. Then there's the place where there is a dollar sign, which is support. Like for my own, if you're watching, it will show your support for Elegbete TV Sports. And then there is the add reaction, which is the emoji sign. Okay, that's one. There is also when you watch a content, remember that we're premiering a content, or when we put a content, there is also the place where they say send thanks to this person. You cannot send a thank to thank you for doing this content. You send money, so the chat box will come out where you would send put in your banking details, and you approve whatever amount of money you want to send to that person. First of all, one thing you need to understand is YouTube have guidelines, and YouTube is not really like independent as people think. Because you have a YouTube channel doesn't mean you can go there and do anything. So there is a whole lot. First off, you have to know that when you put out the content, don't take another person's content. YouTube is very high on originality. You have to create your own content. You also have to avoid other people's music. That one, that's a killer. I didn't know that on time, and I fell for it. Okay, so there was a content that have almost 300,000 views, but we record it. It was this boy Stephen Ode. We recorded it. It was on a bike, and it was. I mean, back in the day when we started around the MPFL, it was crazy. I mean, Toby and my producer Kalejai were the ones that went to do it, but mistakenly they recorded it around the place where there was music playing, and then this thing had over 376,000 views, but it didn't amount to anything for us because there was a Davido music that was playing in the background, and we just put it up there like that because it was talking, and we didn't know better then. And when we do, we just kept getting copyright reports. I wasn't even reading it. It was just like, oh, it was a spam mail. It was in my spam mail. And one day I just noticed that, this thing, they can't for me. Oh. So I started searching. I started doing research, and then they said must be copyright. So I went back to my spam mail, and I saw that all of that work that we put in, all of those views, the money had gone to the video because his music was there, and they've put up a copyright claim. So whatever effort we put in had gone to the video. So I took it down. Yeah. Because if I don't take it down, what I am doing is, I know, I've read it now. I know that this is a copyright, and I don't mind. And the thing about copyright on YouTube is if you get 3 strike, your channel is taken down, and your name and everything, they will not let you get another YouTube channel. Even if you have, they will not monetize you. So you've got to be disciplined on that part. That's one part of it. Secondly, let's come to the question about those money that you see. First of everything you do, when it comes to money earning on YouTube, you're sharing profits with YouTube. You're not 100% the owner. So somebody give me $10, don't count $10 in my bank account. And then again, when you are monetized, there are ways you set it. Your threshold is actually $100, but it depends on how you want to do your business, and the team that you have. You can set you and say, oh, when my money gets to $10,000, that's when you should pay me. So you go to your bank, you take all the normal dollar account. Like if you have a Naira account, you already have a dollar account. That's something everybody should know. If you have a Naira account, you already have a dollar account. And if you have any friend, just tell them to send you $1. Maybe 100 or 20, $10, like that. Once they send you that money and you give them your normal Naira bank account details, they send you that money, your bank automatically creates a DOM account for you. Now you have to go to the bank and regularize it. But for that, once you put in all the details, all the coordinates, like all the normal information that needs to go, YouTube would now pay based on what you set as threshold. So the default setting is $100. Once you get to $100, they automatically pay to your account. But then for me, I don't think it made sense to just every time I get to $100, I get paid, because the value would not translate into the work of the team that I have. So I kind of like I set it for 10,000 before we didn't get there. So I now bring it down to 3,000, and maybe I'll set it up to 5,000 when the numbers go up again. Now that means that, there's enough money, and then I can also pay the people that are making the sacrifice, sweat, blood, and tears into getting it to work. That's one part of it. I don't know the secret to go viral. If I know, my videos will be viral. If I know, When I'm doing this live now, maybe 10,000 people will be here watching, but it's only 32 that I have. So, but one of the things that I know is that major event that attracts people's attention, you have to be in the front of it. And if you notice, when Nigeria play, after Nigeria match, my live got 4,000 plus. But all the other regular live that I do, this is the basic, like the average way is 25, 30, 40, 50, maximum 50, right? And then the day I get to 100 could be the day Nigeria is going to play, right? So you must understand what your audience, what kind of content you're creating, what your audience need, and you keep at it. Again, and this is going to sound very cliche and foolish, it might piss you off, Shola, but it's the truth. Don't come to YouTube if you're looking for instant gratification, like, oh, Bobby is my friend. On Instagram, Bobby have 4 million followers. I don't have up to 20,000, I have 90,000 plus, but he's my guy. I'm not going to go to bed thinking, why don't I have 4 million followers? No, I used to have over 50,000. In sports media in Nigeria, I was the first person to be verified on Twitter back in the day, 1st of December 2014. But then I lost that account. I have to start afresh again. Today, as we speak, I don't have up to 6,000 followers on Twitter, or X as it's called. I don't lose sleep over it. Does it, do I have the ambition to have 1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel? In 200 million even. But I'm not going to kill myself. It is hard. YouTube is hard. YouTube is not one of those places like Twitter where you just type something and post, or Instagram, or, YouTube is real work. It is real work, and it is a long walk. It's not something that you just tell yourself, I want to set up a YouTube account today, no matter how powerful, how popular you are. I mean, I've seen great people in the industry tell me, oh, but this thing need a work. So, Shola, it will come. Just be consistent and keep it going. Like I say, even if you're popular, it changes nothing. I was popular in football, but I've seen people who nobody knows do content on YouTube get more views than I do. That must be something I'm not doing right. Okay. And I'm still trying to crack it. So you too might think you're not doing something right. Eventually you will crack it. And everything we do, from doing the live show to doing interviews to posting content, we are experimenting. We've not found a way. I mean, I listened to one interview that Mr. Macaroni did, and he talked about how he had done everything, done waka pass, done a lot of things, content, and they were just not moving the needle. The needle was just where it was. It wasn't moving. The rock was not cracking. Nothing was happening. And then he did this Mr. Macaroni thing, that he was wearing the same agbada and pricky freaky, and he took a life of its own. You can't predict it. Akalabi wrote one time that a content creator does not know the content that will go viral. He only knows that I am doing a content, but which one will go viral, you don't know. But somewhere in the midst of all of this, something just go viral. And the funny thing is, you can do a content today, it goes viral. You repeat that same content, that same pattern, part 2 of it, nobody would even send it. I've done some great interviews on this channel, and nobody looked at it. And then I posted some rubbish things. Okay, recently we're experimenting with something, and I said, if I post some shitty things on Instagram and on TikTok, it will have like thousands of views. And they said, no, it's not going to happen. And you look at what happened. The other time, me and my sister had a quarrel. I mean, disagreement on why DSTV should show the games or not, and, how they are taking their audience for granted. And a lot of people were engaging it. And I was like, okay, so you guys really exist? And now, all of a sudden, everybody is now popping up. So, Shola, what I advise you is, first off, one mistake that a YouTube content creator makes is you think that your family and friends will subscribe to your channel and they will help you grow. They not get time. They not get that time. There are people who will like what you're doing, just be consistent at it. And sometimes the content that you've forgotten about, and I see that the Juventus Academy, for instance, is a good example on my channel. Content that you've done like 5 years ago, all of a sudden will just start popping up and the numbers will be rolling. Another time too, there are certain people who are key elements. Victor Osimhen, anything that have Victor Osimhen on it, in terms of interview, if you interview Victor Osimhen as a content creator, you are good within that period. Especially like if I had gone to this Afcon and only Osimhen I could go interview, I'm not going to shadow anybody, only Osimhen. And right now, another person who is the joy of everybody is the goalkeeper. So if I was in Cote d'Ivoire, I will interview Osimhen, I will interview the goalkeeper. And probably as Ademola Lookman have scored now, a lot of people also like him. Then Ola, only those 4. I won't go and everybody I want to interview. No, just those 4. I would set on them, and then I'll be thinking what kind of question I want to ask them. And then again with football, and I'm sure you're doing football content. The thing is, with football, you have to decide what you want to do. controversy and negativity sell. But from the get-go, I made up my mind that I wasn't going to do controversy and negativity. I was going to do real content. And then my primary content is in an industry where nobody really give a hoot about it. It's the Nigerian League. And I want to promote the Nigerian League. So I can't be seen tearing it down and destroying it. I mean, if I was doing negative stories about the Nigerian League, my number will be over the roof. But I will kill the industry, right? And in killing the industry, I might be successful, but I am not different from the politicians that everybody complain about. I'm not different from the bandits that people talk about. I'm not different from the kidnappers and those people who are sending me death threats and all that. I'm not different from them. I'm just killing with a different type of gun, which is YouTube. So we have to understand that once you set your vision, your mission on what I want to achieve, you go ahead and achieve it. I mean, take a look, for instance. Why do you think that somebody like Sam Adeyemi would put some content online and it will get just pretty average, decent views, but Gist Lover will put content online and the comment section would be more than census numbers, right? But you know that some of these stories are not verifiable. Some of these stories are just shitty stories that doesn't even make sense. But that's what people like. So you have to like look at your content and do what you want to do. And for Super Chat, for instance, once you start doing live, I think Super Chat, it's not something you can force anybody to do. It's a free will thing. Like people just like you, and it's not even everybody who are on the channel who are watching you understand Super Chat. So it has to come from them. And then some people are actually struggling based on the country that they are in. Like in Nigeria now, some people, their bank does not allow them to pay on Google and all that. So they might want to pay you and it's not working. So it's just one of those things that just happened to you. But I would advise that you keep at it too. You never can tell. That's just my advice anyway. Let me go to the comment section and see all of the comment that you guys have thrown in. But before then, let me remind you, in the league of the world, the best league in the world, there was a fight in the FA Cup match between Wolves and the Wigan Athletic. It was bloody. Again, it reaffirms my position. Football cannot be divorced from violence. So when people tell me that in Nigerian league there's violence, you cannot divorce football from violence, especially. And when you use England as the example, I just laugh. I always tell people there is no league in the world where 96 people died in one day. It happened in England. So nobody should come and tell me that, oh, the football is well organized in England. Yes, the media in England is the best. Everybody should learn from it. Other than that, let's look at VAR, that common Afcon we're using to perfection. Premier League are using PGMOL to apologize every single day, like somebody who is in a bad relationship. Okay. And then, the fight, the bloody fight and all that. These are things that happen. But let's move on. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta is on a 3-man shortlist to replace Xavi at Barcelona, along with Liverpool's outgoing boss Jurgen Klopp and German coach Julian Nagelsmann. The funny thing is Julian Nagelsmann's contract would expire after the Euros in Germany the summer. And Jurgen Klopp is already free. And then Xavi is going and Arteta. As an Arsenal fan, if you're an Arsenal fan, do you want Arteta to leave or you want him to continue? To me, I think it's reached the end of the line. I just think that it's too rigid. There is some elements of Arsene Wenger in him, like very stubborn. I will do what I want to do. Your opinion doesn't count. I think he should go. Okay, but we shall see what happens. Arteta is considering stepping down as Gunners' boss at the end of the season, despite having 18 months left on his contract. Although there has not yet been any approach from Barcelona. Well, Arsenal approached him when he was at Man City through the back door. Somebody must have spoken to him through the back door. He's a product of FC Barcelona. Why not? Former German and Bayern Munich boss Hansi Flick is also considered by Barcelona. Paris Saint-Germain are confident of signing Newcastle United 26-year-old Brazilian midfielder Bruno Guimaraes this summer. PSG and Newcastle are interested in a summer move for 24-year-old AC Milan and Portugal forward Rafael Leao. Yes, don't forget that over the weekend, yesterday to be precise, Paris Saint-Germain drew their game and it was 2-2 at home, and a red card also followed. Brentford have agreed a £25 million deal with Club Brugge for 18-year-old Norwegian winger Antonio Nusa, who was also attracting interest from Tottenham. When you have Erling Haaland, coming from Norway, and you also have Martin Odegaard, attention will shift to there. That's the thing. When a person from your country succeeds, everybody wants to go there and sign a player. Tottenham midfielder Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, 28, has rejected a move to French club Lyon, but the Denmark international is open to leaving Spurs before the end of the January transfer window. So where you want to go now? Luton are in talks with St-Germain over a deal for 24-year-old Japan fullback Daiki Hashioka. Okay, tapioca. Liverpool are considering a move for Bournemouth technical director Richard Hughes to succeed Judge Calmadit Madke. Okay, who is stepping down as sporting director at the end of the January transfer window. Something is really going on at that Liverpool. AC Milan have approached Arsenal over a deal for 23-year-old Poland defender Jakub Kiwior. Okay, they should let him go. Number 15. Number 15, please go. Has number 15. That guy is not playing for Arsenal, he's playing against Arsenal. Spanish keeper David De Gea is in talks to join Saudi pro club finally, side Al Shabab, with the 33-year-old a free agent since leaving. Like he does spend some of his savings, and the bills are coming thick and fast, and all that school fees and everything. I realized I need to go and rig some money. So I like that kind of decision anyway. Leo's 24-year-old Canadian striker Jonathan David has emerged as a transfer target for Chelsea. Bayern Leverkusen are eyeing a late move for Crystal Palace 26-year-old French striker Jean-Philippe Matata, who is valued at £20 million. Let's not forget that over the weekend they drew their game against, I think it was Borussia Mönchengladbach. They play against, I don't think, Wolfsburg, but it was 0-0. Fulham are expected to make a second bid for Chelsea 22-year-old Albanian forward Amanda Broja after an initial loan offer with an obligation to buy at the end of the season for £25 million was rejected. Aston Villa have made a third bid worth around £15 million on Middlesbrough 21-year-old English winger Morgan Rogers. We don't know if it's agreed now. Everton are interested in Leo's 22-year-old Irish centre-back Jake O'Brien. Cardiff, Blackburn, and Leeds United are interested in signing Liverpool's 26-year-old English defender Nathaniel Phillips on loan. Yeah, Greece boss Gustavo Poyet, you remember him, the Chelsea man, the Tottenham man, the guy who is always screaming as emerged as a candidate for Republic of Ireland job after Lee Castley, indicated he did not want to leave his role at England under 21 manager. Okay, West Ham will hope to complete the deal for FC Nordsjælland's 19-year-old Ghanaian winger Ibrahim Osman before the deadline, despite having a £15 million bid rejected. Sunderland are in talks with Arsenal over a loan deal for 19-year-old English winger Charles Sago Jr. Chelsea must sell a player if they want to make any signing before the transfer deadline this month. Okay, with England midfielder Conor Gallagher, 23, continuing to attract interest from Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa, and a few other clubs. Sunderland have rejected a 16 million euros, 13.6 million pounds offer from an Italian club, reportedly Lazio, for Jake Clark, and do not want to sell the 23-year-old English winger this window. Come next window, we might sell, but right now we ain't selling nobody. That's the conversation there. I don't know what it is, but let's go to the comment section of everyone out there. Whatever your take is, Senegal versus Cote d'Ivoire, Cape Verde versus Mauritania, and every other thing that we've talked about today. What's your take on them? Let's take it on. No worry, I'll give you added time on the show to make sure we get through all the major talking points that we have, so no one is left behind. Okay. I remember I asked a question. It is day 3 of the round of 16 at the 2023 African Cup of Nations holding in 2024 in Cote d'Ivoire. Cape Verde versus Mauritania, Senegal versus Ivory Coast. Who stays and who's going home? Your analysis. Okay. Stepmonic says, Baba, please. So is Nwabali okay? Not yet. It's not okay. It's not gotten the all clear from the medicals. Paul Missap says, Sir, what's the purpose of doing one job on the YouTube platform? Any good site to watch the entire Afcon? I don't understand the question. Can you come back with the question? You say, what's the purpose of doing one job on the YouTube platform? Any good site to watch the entire Afcon? Plus, if anybody understand the question, answer. But for me, I do not understand the question. Paul Ayegbami, good to be here. Hey, that giddy that Afana. Paul Mr. say good to be here. And then Paul Ayegbami says that injury looks bad. Looks like he twisted his knee. I did tell you, the boy is in pain. I don't know what the doctors would do, what the doctor prescribed. 2 places in the human body that it's hard to even use painkiller to drive through is your knee, or 3 places: your knee, your hip, and your ankle. As a football player, it's hard to push it through because whatever you do by using painkiller, you're going to damage the ligament or cartilage or whatever, is there. And the more you push beyond the pain barrier, the more damage, permanent damage that you will cause. And I mean, science is good right now. Medical science is very, very advanced right now, but we still need to be careful. So I don't subscribe to it. I was a victim of it too. Michael Van Basten, a lot of other people, of taking painkillers to go play ball. But at the end of the day, you will pay for it. Okay. Today I'm struggling with my left knee every single day. And sometimes I just feel like, well, it's one of those things that happen. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you've got to do it, but you need the players' consent, the medical team, and everybody. In this case, you could also talk to the club. And I'm not sure that the club would agree anyway. But he's doing well. He's bringing attention to Chippa United. At least they will get paid from the tournament. They wish that this was the World Cup. That's a better one if he was at the World Cup and he has kept 4 games. Chippa know that they're smiling to the bank, at least with some good money. But either ways, let's look at it. Paul Mr. saying Nigeria needs to evolve. Paul Millsap said, I am ashamed so many people would have the decency to pose as Mobad on any social media platform. I don't understand what you really ranting on. But maybe you're on the wrong platform. I don't get it. Maybe you're on the wrong platform. You should, maybe you're thinking this platform is somewhere else, and I don't know. But the Lawa presents Simeon Abo. It's a good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Good to be on the show listening to your expert analysis. Thank you very much. Step Monic says, Nwabali, I declare and decree through this platform, okay, you have received your healing in Jesus' name. Does that work? Does that really work? Well, Jesus is powerful. He can heal people through any platform. So I'm not here to question the potency of the name of Jesus. No, that's not my job anyway. The Lord just say, if not to beg Stanley, me self go follow beg. I just hope he will be all right by the next match. Okay, it's not really to beg him; it's just for him to get well, and it's beyond. It's beyond the beg thing. It's not really about beg, but you know how this is. You have to. Uh, I don't know how to put it now. You have to be well. It's not a beg thing. It's not an appeal. It's a health issues. So we have to be sure that his leg is fine. I'd rather lose a match than lose a player. Okay, I always say that. Okay, I'd rather lose a match than lose a player. Tosilio Made says, "Good morning, good people. Have you guys seen the card prediction, the Afcon? The card has been incredible. Only missed couple of matches in the group stages. Looks like the card has been 100% in this knockout stage. Yes, he picked Nigeria against Cameroon. I saw that one. That's the only video I saw. Tosin Limade says, don't forget to like the stream as well. I mean, I keep begging. I keep begging. Please. Sepmanik Seto Selemade, which one be cat where they talk important issues? When they talk important issue, you they talk about cat, okay, he's not seen it. You will not understand what Tosin saying, but I've seen it, so I understand. It started with the octopus, then fish, then goats, then cat. It's a normal thing now that has become part of football. Mayowa Michael says, good morning to everyone in the family of Elegbete TV and radio. Please click the like button. Okay, the last say we might also need to play down this Stanley injury so the opponent doesn't begin to see it from a point of weakness on our part. See, this is the era of social media. You can't play anything down. I don't think that there is any Nigerian opponent here who doesn't know that Francis Uzo is Shorokoto, is Ogbolo. So there is this one is not a let's package it, let's pretend to have it. You don't have it, you don't have it. If Stanley is fit, he will play. But if he's not fit, then to God be the glory. We would have Francis Uzo to come and show what stuff is made of. Okay, but let it not be Angola that knock us out. Let's not just pass Cote d'Ivoire, pass Cameroon, pass all these people, and then I'm not disrespecting Angola, but please, let it not be Angola that knock us out. I beg. Tosili Madi says Senegal might go home today. Okay. Sepmonic says, I'm a bit worried. I saw Alex Iwobi Snapchat and I see the big Eba that Uzo is heaping in camp. She na person we won't keep next match. The shop Eba will be like a mountain Kilimanjaro and Coke. Okay, so first of all, let's say this thing about food. People said all these things. Emmanuel Amunike, can go back to him. In 1994, he was busy eating BB Geba while other people were playing. In the finals, when they asked him to play, he was the man of the match. So it doesn't really matter. It depends on your body metabolism. So one person can eat a bowl of salad, like a small bowl of salad with fish or whatever, and be good. Somebody else would take like 6 wrap of fufu and still be good. It depends on your body metabolism. Again, you can eat on your off days, whatever you feel comfortable with eating. Okay, you can eat there. If you have a body that digests food fast, it's okay. If you don't, so let me give you a typical example. My beautiful wife, once it is past 9, forget it. Like I always say, I marry a Jabota wife, but I be Paco, like 100% Paco. Now, some things that I see her do, I'll be looking at myself like, this is strange. But like 9 o'clock, 10, I could tell my wife, do swallow for me. Like maybe I go out and she come in, are you going to eat? This is 12 midnight too. And no worry, do this while I go eat. I'll come in, eat the swallow now. Now. You know that thing they say, when you finish eating, you have to wait 2 or 3 hours or digest before you lie down. As I they eat, I they put my head on pillow, I'll sleep. My wife won't do that. She's different. Like she's different from the Balablu. She's very, very different. And sometimes when I look at her, I was like, man, wow, God creates this people, create us different too. But I didn't realize that I grew up in a house where my mom would go to the market and come back very late. We grew up in Warri, you understand? She'd go to Makaiva market and Ogbujo market, go and do her sales, and then she'd come back very late. And that's when she's bringing the banga that we would eat. She'll come back by 9:30, 10, for instance. And then that's when she brings the banga. That's when we'll put it in the fire, make it. Before we eat that food is around 12, 1. And then we'll finish eating, we'll pack plate, and we go and sleep. The next morning, you're still waking up again by 5 a.m. And everything is fine. There's no stomach pain. Some other people will have issues, right? So there's the balance. If it digests well on his body, it's okay. If it doesn't, I went to work. I was working in Escravos. It's this guy called Imalagbo. If you grew up in Warri, you know Imalagbo, you know Ostino Jacovo, you also know Orobo. These guys eat pancake, like 12 pancake. I'm not talking this small pancake one that they do for our house for our children when they go private school. I'm talking Oyibo pancake, like heap pile of pancake, like heap Escravos pancake. I don't know, some of you don't know where Escravos is on the map. You know, you've not heard it before. But Escravos food is that food that can destroy your destiny. You want to shop, say now food, now carry you on this life. You will shop and forget your life. Everything about your life, you will forget it. You will forget your dream. Now only food. They say you shop for dream, which they give you food, spiritual food. Now Escravos in day. 12 pancake with a bowl of custard or tea cup, very jug of ego danam. That's like appetizer. He will still take pillar of eba and ogbolo soup mixed with a goosey soup with big fish and plenty meat and shop. That guy will still work more than all of us with the form a small portion of food, yes, small portion of sweet. When you say sweet, it's fruit, plenty fruit, but not sweet that they call out. And then dessert, cake, and all those things, ice cream for where. Imalag will take all those things and still work well, be fitter, be stronger, last longer than all of us. So it's about the person's metabolism. I don't want to use that to judge him. I judge him by his goalkeeping abilities, not the food that he eats. Okay, it can be Martin Kilimanjaro, Martin Everest, or it could be flat out in the valley. But I mean, your ability is different. Paul Aigwam is or that giddy that say, guys, let's like and share. The alarm you say Rashford went to take Agbo and Okrikpoto to heal up at the nightclub. Oh, Jesus Christ. Emmanuel C. say, good job, my brother. Please, this your morning broadcast time is not convenient for us in Canada and US. I think a time from 1 p.m. would be great. You see, the thing about it is because of this, it's not going to be convenient for anybody. Every 3 hours is midnight somewhere in the world. We do post match on our way to Canada to not see that. When would they do post match last night? Now daytime for now. It's not convenient. That's why it's a broadcast. You can also go back and watch it. I've thought about it. There is no time where I never consider. The truth is, anytime I consider, I've not been convenient for anybody completely. So let's just manage with what we have. And as we go, I mean, it's there so you can go back and watch it again. Emmanuel, I understand. I've always asked you this question and you've always avoided it. Are you related to the Sini Budu? I mean, I'm trying to remember, and I'm looking at this, Emmanuel. There is what's it called? what's Austin's uncle's name now? The one that have the fabrication yard. One of his son is Emmanuel. So I'm thinking, is this the same Emmanuel Oshaku? Yes, Emmanuel Oshaku's, that's his nickname anyway. Is this Oshaku's son? I just want to know. I mean, it doesn't change anything. Emmanuel C. Also, I listened to your comments on care job relating to slavery. Please note, we have more whites doing care job than blacks. I know. Also, there is no better value to society than taking care of people. You say this thing where you talk now. This is the embellishing that I always talk about. How many of you they take care of the older people that you have in Nigeria? Talk about it. Now be these same old people for Nigeria where pastors don't tell us that they be winch. When I will sit there for village, and I'll treat them like say they be shit. Come on the pay, make us see how many people want to go take care of people. Bros, I know a plethora of caregivers, and I listen to their complaints all the time. I listen to people. See, one thing you would agree with me, living in Canada, you would agree with me. People where they are abroad, they live a very boring life. They always look to us. That's why when I see people abroad insulting Nigeria, I always laugh. You know why? They're not fit they make friends for abroad. Now we be their audience. Now we the platform to show that they are rich. Now our poverty now they elevate their wealth. The friends that they need, the market. I tell almost all the people who go abroad that I know that listen, if you take Nigeria out of your life, you are dead. You are useless to yourself because the Igbo people where you deal with, so you never fear to make friends with them. The people you work with, the people you see every day, you're afraid to make friends with them. My point here is, I use that in passing to say me, and I personalize it. Go back and listen to it. I personalize. I not go fit do one. Because people keep asking me, oh, all this travel that you travel, why you not Jackpa? And again, I don't want people to wake up. And I'm going to say this. Don't wake up and build a philosophy around the fact that until you Jackpa, now you go be successful. I will not agree. I can never buy into it. I don't care who you think say you be. Does that mean you cannot be successful abroad? You can. By all means, you can. But between you and me, America is built on proper storytelling. Look at Greek, for instance. Greek mythology produces Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Athena, Achilles, Aquaman, what's it called, Wonder Woman, and a lot, and they're still producing more. And they are blockbuster movies, okay? Just imagine, say, we also sell that story of Agbasa Juju, Shango, Amadioha, Ayatollah, all this, what's the name? Ogun, the word Benin people don't make lazy. And Ayelala, I want to say Ayatollah is Middle East. Ayelala and the rest of them. We create a commercial mythology around them. Do you know how big it would have been? The thing here is when it comes to the Nigerian side of that same conversation, the conversation is no longer balanced. That's why I have a problem. And you don't tell me that caring for people have nothing to do with age. Whether you care for older people, you care for younger people, it's okay. But I'm saying that if you're not willing to do it in Nigeria, don't come and go abroad and then come and become a humanitarian. No, you cannot be a Wogeko in Nigeria and then become a Bakara in the abroad. There's something wrong with that philosophy. I don't look at life like that. I respect everybody's work. I'm one of those persons who's an advocate of respecting any job that people do. And if you're close to me, you will notice that. You understand? I'm as good as a friend to the guy who's a CEO, just the same way as a guy who's a vulcanizer. I really don't care. Everybody's equal. At the end of the day, nobody defeat anybody. But my point of that is, don't tell me that and I get that a lot. Like you're wasting your time. This you're doing in Nigeria. If you're in abroad, it doesn't. Even if na Uber you did drive, even if na caregiver you did do, you just live comfortable. Shut up. You don't tell me about the bills that you pay. You don't also tell me about the fact that 5 out of every 10 people that will go abroad with their family, their wife will divorce them after 5 or 6 years because the system empowers women to do that, and then their children, they might not be able to see their children. Nobody say all those things. Okay, so sometimes let's get the full story. Don't use your 1% of the 1% or 0.01% of the 0.01% to come and tell me that that's the full picture. No, okay. So let's agree to disagree on this one. I'm not gonna follow. Emmanuel, he say most people that jackpot is not only for financial reasons, good education for their kids, good living environment, and great medical facilities. These are in Nigeria, even when you have enough money. Well, you have your point anyway. My son did a brain surgery last year. It was done in Nigeria. Yeah. I mean, I've got my 3 children were born here. One of the best doctors. And when I say one of the best doctors, it's expensive, because I have seen my girl who I call my adopted daughter. I mean, I just became a grandfather yesterday morning. Precious's daughter was also born in that same hospital, the same Dr. Akin. I know the funny thing, when you go to Dr. Akin's at Toki's hospital, you see people flying all the way from the UK to come born their Peking here. So there must be something. The way you people paint the picture, and I make me also the exaggerate the story of Una. You guys make it look like all of us within Nigeria here, we they suffer nothing. If you even get money, you're not gonna live a good life. Nah, lie. This is where the groove day. Now, here the groove day. You know why you go know say people with that abroad not really they enjoy it? Notice their social media. They are always lamenting. If you really go where enjoyment day, everything is fine. You go there comfortable, you go forget Nigeria. Do you notice? Have you noticed that all the people with there abroad, then they keep their circle of white people? They're always looking for us to talk to. They're always looking for us to jump in and tell one story. They carry news about Nigeria past even we with this in Nigeria. And sometimes I'll be like, wait a minute, Sean, I don't run come out this country. It's like you get girlfriend where you date. When I come split to, she be your ex. But you talk about her than your current girlfriend. And every time it's the ex or the ex is the ex. That means you've not gotten over your ex. You understand? That's my point in this conversation. Emmanuel, you can say this thing from a million times. One, you're not talking to somebody who has not traveled. Some of the conversation, if you talk about it to people who have not traveled, is a different thing. I've been to 62 countries and back and still traveling. And beyond that, not like, oh, go today, come back tomorrow. I've stayed in some. UK is where I grew up. I lived in Canada. This Canada where you talk, so I don't live there almost 2 years. I've lived in the US. I've lived almost everywhere on this planet. And almost everywhere, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I have seen. Right? And I'm saying here to you that, look, Nigeria be the place where I like. Nigeria, that be my place. This dry land, this is the place where I like. This is the place I am cut out for. You might not agree, and we don't have to agree. Just the same way, you can't convince me that Canada is better than Nigeria. Nothing you go sell. You go talk tire. You go talk tire. Indian people, they come for now. Indian people go to take over the whole country. Now I go clear. This I say, what a weekend of football. And well said. Always love your channel, your analysis is top notch. Thank you very much. I did love I went on to say, make Arteta calm down. When the guy want to go Barcelona, but that club right now, it's not. I don't think it's attractive enough for anybody to want to go there. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says, Noni Maduekwe, Leslie Ugochukwu, and Tammy Abraham posted the Nigerian match on their IG story. They just remember say them be Nigerian. Yeah, everybody wants to associate themselves with success. Olatunji Emmanuel say, if a keeper starts a game and keeps a clean sheet whilst in the game but gets subbed and the keeper who came on concede, will it counted as a clean sheet for the keeper who started? Obviously, yes. He kept a clean sheet until he left. It will be counted as a clean sheet now. Everyone will say, I beg, Baba God, now you be Bam in Gilead. Ejo, come do for Stanley. Nigerians are really, really praying for this goalkeeper. But you know, funny thing, Francis Uzoma might just surprise all of us. Might just say this one, this is where I prove to you people that I am Optimus Prime. And that Ebawa shop is my Autobahn. Now, right now, I'm back in form. When I die here, man, you go save anything, even fly with the fly pass, you go catch up. When I watch now, Oluwaseyi Adebola say, none of Francis Uzoma goal kick could cross the halfway line. At the point, Romero even offered to help him play the goal kick, and some people are saying that Nwabali has not been tested. Well, I saw that Okocha even said he has not been tested, but hey, it is what it is. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Yangbe, thank God, always deep in wisdom. No one goes close to you without gaining your word of wisdom. It's massive. Keep at it, boss. I root for Cape Verde today since Oshomole's wife is from. Okay, I understand. From Cape Verde. This must say, now prayer and fasting go help us so for Uzoho time. Making village people no send them come spoil our run. I can't say what these Nigerian supporters will do. I honestly pray for him for his own good. Okay. The stoic doctor, he said, we have been unlucky with the goalkeeping position since the ill treatment method against Vincent Enyeama. We must beg him. First off, let's put the record straight. I'm a diehard fan of Vincent Enyeama. Nobody, I repeat, absolutely nobody gave Vincent Enyeama ill treatment. If there is anybody who needs to apologize to Nigerians, it is Vincent Enyeama. Enough of these lies and stupidity. You guys should stop.
Vincent Enyeama was holding the national team to ransom. You said the thing about Nigerian football, and I've said this a million times. This is a country where criminals, bad people are treated as heroes. Footballers in Nigeria, let me tell you how Nigerian football is. Footballers come into the national team, and probably they feel like they don't get the respect that they get in the abroad. And then they beat their time. They take all the shit, all the rubbish, and then they're growing. Then they become like the biggest brand in the camp. And then that time, the devil in them will now whisper to them that, you remember all those times that they were not treating you well? Now you are the only person, and without you, this team will suffer. They start behaving in a recalcitrant manner. No, I don't have disrespect for Vincent Enyeama for his performance, for what he did for the national team. But one thing Nigerians should know is playing for the Nigerian national team is a privilege, not a right. It's like, let me give you a good example. I'm a YouTube content creator. You guys are here commenting, and which is lovely. I love it. We're having fun, right? The day I begin to see it as my right, that no worry, if I show up, even if I don't do anything, people will still comment, that's the day I will lose it, right? So there is the point where you need to ask yourself, what did Vincent Enyeama do wrong? Nobody treated him badly. Before, and people always put it on Sunday Lise. Before Sunday Lise, and if you can sit with Victor Ekpeba, sit with Amaju, sit with Silvano Sokpala, sit with a lot of people in the national team, they'll tell you this story. And one of the things you should know, if you follow me carefully, is that I hardly go hard on people. But when you start hearing this, oh, that this is a nice guy, he's a good guy, shut up. There's no such thing like that. Vincent Enyeama was holding the national team to ransom. Vincent Enyeama was doing some very, very ridiculous things, and everybody was up to here. It was a case of who would kick him out of the team. It's like saying Arteta treated Ozil and Aubameyang badly. No. They were holding the team to ransom. Management want them gone. They needed a coach who would become the fall guy and do it. That's exactly what happened with Vincent Enyeama, and we should cross that bridge and move on. We shouldn't go back. If we not solve this Vincent Enyeama problem, we have a problem. Nah, he's gone. He's had a good time. The reason why you like Vincent Enyeama is because the national team provided the opportunity for him. Okay, it wasn't because it was that great. It was the opportunity that the national team gave him, and then he rode on that opportunity to exhibit himself and be successful. Okay, so we should focus on Nigeria and leave Vincent Enyeama. He's done well. Thank you very much for your service. Bye bye. Move on. Ferdinand Ekene says, Elegbete, good morning. So good to be back here. It's been a while. I didn't know you have started broadcasting again. Thus, you said it will be back in February. Yeah, that's what I thought. But then the Nations Cup came, we didn't go, and everybody was sending me messages that we need you back. If you can, as you can see, I'm in my house. I'm not in the studio. Studio is still not set, not ready yet, but we're on. And I just first off, Sam Bono got me this mic, and he speedily brought it here. And I was like, I got everything to do. Just bring the computer down and then see what can happen. And it worked. Okay, it took a lot of time to get the light angles right, to get everything, but it worked. That's why we're back. So Ferdinand, thank you very much. Elawa says, in Nigeria, to Jakpa na testimony for church. Big time breakthrough. It's the level the country has sunk into. I don't blame anybody. Nah, hustle. Now, listen, I don't blame anybody for jackparing. I'm not one of those. But I think that a culture we're creating, I'm always all about the culture. If you follow me well, I'm always all about the culture, the story we're telling. The other day I was at my wife's shop. Let me give you a very vintage example. I was at my wife's shop, and you know this thing about light. There's this beliefs that some people have that there is somebody in NEPA office that just say, I don't like this area. You just switch it off. Or I bet on this game, my team lose. You go and switch off the light. And so I was like, the woman like, hey, I say this one we don't get light for like 2 days consistently over 3 hours per day. It be like say the person way they off the light day for leave. And I said, madam, calm down first. You see this thing you're saying, there's so much error in it. First off, NEPA does not benefit anything from switching off the light. Energy cannot be saved. You understand? The energy that they generate today, you cannot go and save it in a box. It must move. And the fact that light goes off means that there is a fault or there's a problem. And we spend a whole long time talking. And then we evolve into the Nigerian state and all that. And she's got 18-year-old son. And this 18-year-old son was not there. We're talking about the boy. And so she asked me a question that my kids, would I, that they have somebody who take children to abroad for school, would we like to relocate? And me and my wife simultaneously say, God forbid. Like we just said it simultaneously, not looking at each other. We just say, God forbid, that's not part of our project. And she's like, why now? No, now you not good thing for the sake of the children. And I said to her, I said, madam, nobody There is absolutely nobody. I beat my chest and say it from the depth of my, hold me to court, I will say it. Nobody where they travel because of their children. Oh. Now lie. You see, the storyline have to just fit in. I'm trying to give my children a comfortable life. Now lie. You know how you know say they no one give their children a comfortable life. Majority of people where they born picky, how many of them they put a trust fund for their children? None. You think say now if you travel, what's the guarantee that going abroad gives your children a comfortable life? First off, what's the guarantee? The chances of them getting high on drug is there. The chances of them getting into gang is there. The chances of them, ending up in jail is there. The chances of you losing your marriage is there. There is a whole lot. Don't paint this whole holy grail picture like there is no fault. That's one part of it. Put the balance on the conversation. And I said, listen, madam, I don't have a problem with people going abroad. It's a fantastic one. But I have a problem with when you go abroad, you have to be devil Nigeria to show that you are abroad. That's the part that I don't like. And we should always understand these words that I'm using carefully. Nigeria, you don't tire for Nigeria. Move. People always treat Nigeria like that boyfriend. You date a guy for 4 years. You not left him. And then you not come on social media and tell the whole world how the guy have been bad. You made a choice to date this guy for 4 years. Are you saying that for 4 years you were stupid? That there was nothing good in the 4 years that you were in? Because 4 years is the time that somebody will go to university and graduate. You're telling me that you didn't have sense in 4 years. Listen, there are goods and then there are bad. And somebody asked me the other day, what kind of feeling do I have for Brilla FM? I said, I love Brilla FM. It's a place that made me like this. I dislike the owner for how he treated me. But in between, he's also treated me very right. But what he did when I left is something that cannot make us come together to do anything ever again for this generation and millions of generations to come. But that doesn't mean that the station is bad, right? The station is good. And sometimes I feel bad when people backlash the station because that station produced me. Like it's like my university. But the man that owns it, what he did to me is evil and it should be called out. Now, that's a balanced conversation. When you see all these people where you say at some point your children will not grow up and they will be not confused. There is nothing as bad. Take it from me. There is nothing as bad as a teenager or a young adult having identity crisis. Majority of black children, and if you live in England, you would see this is very, very clear. Majority of black children grow up at that between 21 and 27, and they are battling identity crisis. They are too black to be British. They are too British to be Nigerian. They are confused. They don't know where they belong because from the very tender age where they were growing up, where they were smuggled out of this country, their parents in their home keep saying that Nigerians are witchcraft, evil people in Nigeria, nothing good about Nigeria. Everything they've heard about Nigeria is evil. Then they go on social media. They see this, beautiful storyline of Nigerian musician, hip hop life. Everything is beautiful. They are not confused. They can't even fit into the UK, the gang life of knife gang and rape and all those things that's happening in the UK. Or if they're in the US, they can't fit into this gun life and all that because their parents also give them a stylophone religion. Not godliness. So there is religion and then there's godliness. We practice religion. We don't practice godliness. They give them this tonic of religion where you go to church on Sunday, you go to church on Wednesday and Tuesdays, and then somewhere along the line, these people now are now becoming their own person where they have to make a decision for themselves. They have to form, and they realize that they don't have cognitive reasoning. They don't really know there is no proper foundation to make decision because all of the foundation they were given are now looking stupid because their parents try to sell a story, and that's the story that I need you guys to always consider when you go to the abroad. There is nothing wrong in telling beautiful story about Nigeria, the land of your birth. Jamaica, that happens to be a place I've gone for vacation one time. And I look at the Jamaica and I sit back and I said, is this the place that I grew up listening to Eric Donaldson? This is the land of my birth. This is the land. This the Jamaica? Because the place look like Iara. And SSA Oakman Street, a generator for Wario. This Jamaica is not Jamaica. It's not Jamaica at all. But, the way Eric Donaldson sang about it, the way Bob Marley, the way Peter Tosh, the way Gregory Isaac, the way Culture One Stone, the way Bonnie Spear, and all of those guys. So, I grew up on Jamaican music. And Rubber Dub, what's it called? Shabba Ranks, Shaggy, Sean Paul, Patra. Is this the Jamaica? Not this Jamaica, not Jamaica at all. But the point is, it's been sold to us in the most beautiful words. Even though they highlight some of the wrongs that are going on, They make you understand the people that are doing it, but the country is good. Nigerians, when they travel, they make you feel like Nigeria is the place where the devil lives. That's the part that we see. You're not gonna beat me for this one. You know, guy, you argue, you cannot beat me to it, because me, as I made up my mind to be in Nigeria, it is tough. It is challenging. The same way it is challenging for Americans. Is it normal to be homeless? Is it normal to be sleeping inside your car? Is it normal? No, it's not normal. But hey, that happens in America. Do you think that person that is sleeping homeless in America during winter is wearing 20 clothes and sleeping on the sidewalk? You think that person talk about the American dream the way the guy who's living in Soho Square, or the guy who's living in Maryland or Pennsylvania or Virginia or whatever, Atlanta, whatever? No, in a castle, no. But the thing is, America is America. And there's still so many positive stories about America. America just had some terrible election, had some horrible president, dropping bomb of people anyhow. From Obama to now, America does not have one single good president. One reasonable person will get sense as president. If that was in Nigeria, I go talk all the time when I want to talk. We could go on this because it is fact on fact. But hey, my point here is love where you are, and I'm loving where I am. And there is no competition.
Nigeria does not need to be Canada. Canada does not need to be Nigeria. Pure and simple. I love where I'm at. I'm enjoying it. I'm growing. Slow pace, but it's okay. Norway is not Nigeria, not America. And Romania is not America, but they're fine. Okay? I don't even want to live in a society where I don't know the difference between a man and a woman. I don't think somebody like me can live in that kind of society where I address you as ma and you can sue me to court. Where I address you as sir, you can sue me to court. I don't want to live in that kind of society. Me, I'm not Sabian, because me, I know that man and woman, that's what they be. That's me. I don't fit that not society. Mirror, count me out of it. Let's come back. The lawyer says, yeah, right now. Stepmanic say, it's because you have a dual citizenship passport. You decide. No, I don't tell my American passport. Tell my American passport on the 9th of July, 2005. And I meet telling myself, not be. I have only one passport. Where's my passport? Where's my? This is the only passport I have. As a matter of fact, I'm on the renewal process. This is the only passport that I have. This is the only passport that I have. Nothing else. This Nigerian passport is the only passport that I have. And it's not a problem. No, not a problem at all. People say Nigerian passport, everywhere I've applied for visa, I've gotten. Every visa I've applied for, I've gotten. There is no such thing as they're not going to give you visa. They look your face, they don't like your face. Now lie. Get a good financial history, you get your visa. It's as simple as that. Prove to the people, say if you go, you not go run, they'll give you visa. Don't go there and be begging and be. They need to do fasting and prayer to get visa. Now lie. And you don't need tout to help you get visa. Now lie. I've applied for visa. I went there and the visa officer that was interviewing me was talking rubbish, and I won them. They still give me visa to Germany. Like I said, look, if you waste my time, and I paid him, I go sue una, you go there, see una, you go shock. As I give her the warning of your life, they still give me visa. I traveled, I got a German visa, and you know how they say you need to travel to the country. I changed my flight because the flight to Germany was too expensive. And I was landing in Netherlands, and then from Netherlands, I went into Netherlands, go see my sister, came out, went to Portugal. And they say, where are you going? They carry me, go immigration. They took me off the line to immigration. And I explained to the guy, I said, listen, first of all, I have nothing. I said, I have nothing to run in Europe for. Absolutely nothing. See the work that I do in Nigeria. See the impact of my work. See who I am. I'm not even asking for it. If you want to put me on a plane back to Nigeria right now, put me on a plane. I'm going back to Nigeria. The guy said, really? I said, yes. You see this money where in my hand? I'm coming here to spend it in your EU economy. You are asking me mumu question. If you want to send me back, send me back. And the guy said, okay, if you say so, we're going to give you recognition. We'll be tracking you. I went to Portugal. Spent 5 days in Portugal. Went to France. From France, eventually went to Germany. From Germany, I came back to Nigeria. It is what it is. All those plenty talk people, they talk. Say whatever you want to say. When they told me, if you leave this American passport, you're not going to fit travel again. Since 2005 and now. You know where I don't go come back. When I leave all this talk of passport or no passport, they'll $10. Look at the successful people in Nigeria. Why don't they stay abroad? I don't want any Nigeria really successful person where they say, oh, because he's still abroad, now I make it successful. I've not seen. And I want to be successful. I don't want to be just also run and they come after 4 years. I'll come one Christmas, go sleep with people, get friend, and then run back and then be forming one thing. No, I don't want to be that guy.
Digital Alpha say you have spoken wisdom as always. Everyone should chase his or her dream. Don't force people and their choices. People who have stayed back are not failures. They have their success stories. Absolutely. That's my point. He said, being abroad does not mean you are more successful than us. Yeah. Everyone's truth is different. My own is everywhere I step, my foot will be a success to me. Fantastic. There is no one like home. There's nowhere like home. Now, our politicians just spoil this currency. The other one say, I am sure Arteta would be fantasizing about Barcelona, but that Barcelona right now is not good anyway. I wish him good luck. He may have reached his peak. Maybe he can go and reap the labor of Xavi now. Barca may turn the corner next season. Hopefully. Iheliwa Precious says, Francis no fit catch Jacko. I beg. Stanley, get well soon. Okay, Henry Morrow says, bro, so you see that surprise, bros, you see that surprise, so now I no want make he surprise us finish. Come say na Oyibo man sign am, bros. I beg go. Ferdinand can say Elegbete, I'm not sure Uzoro fit prove us wrong. As that guy enter, I off TV begin the check live score. God of heaven. You guys are evil, but you guys know that you are evil, Sha. Like you are evil for these things that you're saying. Ademola only say, so if a team is red carded and the match leads to penalty, if all the players took penalty and remaining the player red carded, does his team automatically lose that spot kick? No, they would roll over a player that have played before and go and play now. Or Morodion or Robosa. I like that name, Robosa. I used to have a guy called Robosa Ogilogi. That guy can run. Jesus Christ. Ogilogi. Football not just pay everybody sharp. I hope Stanley will recover from his injury on time, and I hope the Super Eagles will not take the Angola team lightly. We never get the right to take anybody lightly. Are we that good that we're taking people lightly now? Since when that one start? Because we beat Cameroon. I beg you. They say, I had to open YouTube of Nigeria beauty to an Irish lady while on a date. She was surprised because they grew up watching hungry poverty and sick kids in Africa. Yeah. Emmanuel, Ibiano say, bros, focus on sports. Leave we way Jackpa to our feet. And I know they bother and I the only bother and I want to can't take on a Jackpa to the disturb us. Right? When I take on a Jackpa, they disturb us. My friend, they talk. Now I ask, I say, the tax where you pay now for Canada, you grip here for Nigeria. The tax where you pay now so for Canada. When you in Nigeria, you grip like you not be part of the problem. If you pay the same tax for Nigeria now, you not go see the ambulance. Say ambulance came to my house. I say, but the ambulance will come for your house. So it's not the most expensive ride in the world. You not go tell the truth to ambulance came to my house to pick my kids. Let me tell you the story of ambulance. In 2003, I was running Babanawa Football Club. Our player got injured in the field. Lagos State ambulance, 2003, take the guy, took him to the hospital, treated him, and he was well. Okay? It was that normal 150K that we paid for the ambulance to come that covered all that service. That's no problem. So there's also ambulance here. The traffic in Nigeria, you go down die first. Well, a couple of 2 years ago or 3 years ago, a staff of ours was pregnant and she has complication with her pregnancy, and we needed ambulance to take her. We called the ambulance came, took her. First off, we went to Safeway. From Safeway, they now referred her again to go to Lutz, the one in Ikeja, not the one in what's it called, Igbobio. They went to the one in Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, the one in Ikeja, gave her the best treatment that anybody could have. The baby died. She was saved. Now that person, so I don't born on that picking very lovely son yesterday. So you understand my point. These things happen everywhere. Everywhere, every goddamn place in the world. Don't rub it on my face. The one where I not go fit take from anybody. I don't care who you be. Don't come and tell me that we're suffering in Africa, where all of the things want to they survive for the abroad. So now you're for the country camp. You wanna behave on yourself now. Ferdinand can say, please, so Baba, tell us the Enyeama and Olise story you like. Aproko, go sleep. Stephanie can say, please, Suridesa should be invited in subsequent matches. Okay. Osai Adebowale says, it be like say person swap that Gabaski bottle. Okay, the way they play the ball. First off, how far do you have to go to come and play a penalty kick? I don't understand. That's the part that I don't get. And that basketball for Ogogoro, he just they dive go one direction yesterday. I've been think say he go repeat in 2022 heroic. No, Egypt were meant to go out. Taiwo Ogunade say, do you think Ndidi Awoni Boniface can blend with this new formation of Jose Peseiro when they are back from injury? I think they all will. Maybe Taiwo Awoni will struggle a bit because there's only one slot for a striker, and that striker position is owned by the what's it called? Victor Osimhen. He would struggle, but I mean, it's good to have him as a good backup. If you go back to the Nottingham Forest Arsenal game last season, it was the same formation that Nottingham Forest played, and you saw how Taiwo Awoni was able to score against Arsenal. So he know how to press, he know how to spread himself big and make life difficult for defenders. So I think he can do it. He did it against Liverpool as well. I think he can do it. Ferdinand Ekenese Baba, Angola fit be problem for us, so they have given us wahala before. I know everybody is a problem. There's no one team that is not a problem. I'm just saying, if now Francis Uzo we get and Stanley Nwabali injured, you're not gonna use them. There's nothing anybody can do now. Amara Don Roberts, I say, go to Paris, Berry, and see the number of Africans living in the tents like ancient times. Please, if you must jackpot, do it well and don't rush. Otherwise, you go suffer past person within Nigeria. I was in Paris just now. Not only in the place that you mentioned, obviously I didn't go there, but I saw in train stations. And let's be very honest. I went to Paris in the period where they were having that bed bug epidemic. And the first thing that crossed my mind, how dirty they cause bed bug. Right? Paris is regarded as one of the most beautiful cities in the world. As a matter of fact, there's a catchphrase, see Paris and die. That's how beautiful Paris is. But they were having this old bed bug issue in winter. In cold, will not be heat. Bed bug need to survive that much for cold, right? But and then as we went from Orly to Gardiner and Gardiner back to Orly because I forgot my luggage, and I'm seeing the train stations, and then some places are just exquisitely beautiful, obviously, and then some places are just terrible. And I was like, you know what? I understand. It's like if I'm living in Banana Island, you think that Davido right now he is, and he's an exception. But the same way, I agree that the Western world, the exception is much, the volume is much. But like I always say, a society that have a lot of homeless people should not be an example for me. Fix your homeless people first. There is a reason why people are living in tent. You know what it means to live in tent for winter? Oh God, there are 4 seasons in this world, and I've experienced all 4 seasons in different climes. I've lived in Russia. I did a trick my knee for 11 months. I've stayed in Canada for 22 months. I've stayed in US. Name the place. We are hot. I don't do. I play ball for Sweden. I had a girlfriend in Romania. I was going to Sweden like once any off day. I'm in Romania. I understand. Norway, Finland. Name them. England. That's where I grew. Like my first early age. That's where I did. Not London. Now there I did. So Arlington Grove, now there they stay. Now I'm looking at all of this and I say, yes, they are beautiful in their own way. Just the same way when I went to Mumbai and Bombay and in India, and I was like, okay, there is massive log of poverty, but there is massive glory, good life. Yeah. And it is that have turned into the second biggest Silicon Valley in the world. India controls tech all over the world. And the way and manner Indians jackpot, I like it. Indians don't jackpot and begin to form accent. Indians don't jackpot and lose their culture and begin to hate their people and begin to demonize their people. Indians jackpot and sell their culture. Your culture is supposed to be a commodity. It's only in us that people think that your culture is demonic. And I don't buy into that nonsense. And it is true. Whether we like it or not, it is true. We must learn and we must have this conversation. People might not like it, but we must have this conversation so that people know that, look, yes, going abroad is good. Japanese, Chinese, they went abroad. They went to go and learn, and then they came back and they rebuilt the countries that they love now. These Arab people, they went abroad. They saw good life. Do you know what changed Dubai? The king went to Dubai, went to America, yes, Chicago, and he was treated like a slave. And he came back and he said, never again will my children see this kind of treatment. And you guess what? The guy who built the Burj Khalifa was a failure in cake business, the Emma guy. But they all came together and said, you know what, enough is enough. We cannot continue to go abroad to go and look. That's why if you look at Dubai is an artificial city. Everything that they like about anywhere they have traveled to, they bring it. Disney, this one, everything. Go to Dubai. Anything that they like where they've been to, they bring it. Hollywood Boulevard, everything, they have it in Dubai. You know why? So that their children will not travel. I don't know if their grandchildren will sustain it, but that's just the way it is. So somewhere along the line,
Go to the jackpot you want to jackpot, but don't sell an idea that your children should hate Nigeria. That's the one that no, I'm not gonna feel buying to. Why is what I say? I read Osimhen was taken for dope test. Please, do you have any info that he came out clean? If he not come out clean, if you not yet story since if I don't have any info with regards to that report, yes, it was taken for drug test. I dare not miss your broadcast. Even if I don't watch live, I come back to watch again. Thank you very much. Although actually, Adebo say Angola love to play very fast. Yes, very fast pace. So they need lot of space to play well. If we can deny them that space, we would beat them. I praise we do. 2nd of February. It's not far again. It's on Friday. Seth Manik say, I saw pictures of Super Eagles training. They are already practicing penalty for Angola match. Nigeria main weakness is penalty shootout. Really? I don't know, but we've won some penalty kick. Penalty now they get weakness and strength. You're lucky on the day. Edija Laufoma says Egypt just did not play well. Also, Gabaski was doing try a luck, thinking if he could dive left all the time, one player would definitely play it there, and one player did. He almost caught it. It no work. Ferdinand can say, Baba, yes, I like Aproko, but the truth is that I don't like the way people disrespecting Olise because of Enyeama. You see, the thing is, Enyeama, and I've spoken to Olise, and he said we'll have a sit down to talk about it. I think when I go to Europe, again, I'll have a sit down with him. I've even spoken to Omar about it that my next trip to Europe will go to Belgium. I will have a sit down with Olise and he will tell the story. I like people telling their stories. I don't like telling stories on behalf of people. But what I would do when I tell that story, I would also get a background before Olise came in. And then so you would get context of the conversation. But in Nigeria, let me tell you this. When we lost out in the qualifiers for the World Cup, if I put out the videos that I have from the movie that I was doing that failed, that we lost $375,000. If I put out those videos, when I feel use gun shoot almost all these players, one are the here, so almost all of them. Some of the players they must play them, when I go use gun shoot them. But sometimes you have to say, yeah, I need this money, but if I make this money, I might destroy something. Keep it, hold it back. That's the thing with somebody like me. And it's because. Yeah, it cost me a whole lot. I mean, I'm in debt to my neck. I don't know how I would survive it. I mean, I get depressed almost all the time. I won't lie about that. But the thing is, I don't have to destroy people because I want to make money. I could take it. I'm just one person. I have 3 kids. My wife, what's the worst that could happen? I always say my wife, if I fall down and die, I think that you and these children will survive. You're just forming weakness because I'm around. The you that I married, you're a bloody hustler. You will survive. But sometimes people don't understand all of these things. And if, for instance, something that happens, so this player, I don't want to mention anybody's name. This player is not out of the team. Say, no, Pesero can't come out for the team. No. There are things that players do that you don't even want to mention. So let's not put it on Olise. Olise made some mistakes, but hey, he's human. Who doesn't make mistake? Okay? Even the best of the best make mistake. The thing about coaching is gambling. You remove players and you bring in some players, you expect them to work. You say when Man City was buying Kevin Phillips, they thought it was not going to work. They thought it was going to work now, but it turned out not to be good. When Pep Guardiola came to Man City, they had just won the league title. What did he do? The best goalkeeper in England that season was Joe Hart. He kicked him out, kicked all the players out and brought in his own new set of players. That first season, he didn't win anything. It was a wrong gamble now, but eventually it's turned out to become a success. That's the thing about coaching. You're going to make mistake, and sometimes you will live by the sword. But to say that they do Enyeama dirty, that's the part I will not take. I know the story, so I will not take it. It's not possible. And I must say Paris also has a bed bug. Some places are shitty there. It's our leaders just messed up. Okay, Sammy, so please tell us about the Enyeama story. Say Aproko people plenty. Yo, more than I say Paris Saint-Germain, Nord, Ospas, Bassi, everywhere is in Paris. Africans are living on the streets, along with some never do well French citizens. Be careful, get informed before jackpot. Don't rush. And the honesty of this man is with me. Okay, when he talk all this thing, he will give you advice. No, just go rush. That place abroad. Nobody the best way squat you said after 3 weeks, he don't tell you you come out. Oh boy, when you want to come out my house now. Ferdinand, can I say, please, let's not go into this jackpot story. I'm trying to hold myself. You live in the UK, but there is nothing that will keep me here once. You say, I live in the UK, but there's nothing that will keep me here once I finish my self-development. God bless you, my brother. God bless you. I like see a honest conversation. I this with me. The painting of the picture we put the paint. I just it invests me sometimes. Ferdinand, instead of living in Europe, I will go to any African country and settle in if Nigeria is no longer in existence. Wise warrior say, please, when you get the sit down with Olise, get his reaction to Mikel Obi's words against him that he does not know what Olise was doing when he was coaching the team. You know that thing I said about Mikel Obi? Mikel Obi is putting a podcast that makes him look like a snitch. So Olise coached a club in a club called Citadel, and it was upsetting the apple cart. It was upsetting some of the best teams. Did he also not know what he was doing there? I'm not holding brief for Sonny Lisa. That's why I said I'm not going to talk for him. I'm going to have a sit down with him. Like, guy, let's talk about this thing. But let's do it the normal time. Like, let's take time to do it. And let me unstrap myself with all this rope that is tying me. And then you will see those interviews. Some of these guys, I've spoken to them like, bros, when you're ready, let's have a talk. I will talk to you. Like, I will talk to you. You are one person who fight for the truth, so I'll talk to you. I've had those conversations, so we're going to be there. What time is running? Let me take this one. Taiwan Okunade is the last one. The Olise story is linked to Enyeama and Mikel Obi. Been reading how people are accusing Olise and disrespecting him, which I think Olise is a man of considered, principled, and disciplined. And if you know Nigerian footballers very well. And this is not something I'm going to tell you, but let me just give you one snippet so that you can research it on your own. Nigerian footballers are the most selfish, recalcitrant, rude, arrogant idiot you would ever come across. And this cut across all of them, even the nicest of them all. And you see, I'm saying this in public so that it will be there. I'm not afraid of them. They know. But let me also point you to one direction. Look at the movie industry. Everybody who's successful have built people that are successful around them. Look at the comedy industry. Every successful person, Alibaba built Basketmat, AY, a host of others. Basketmat now built all those, them Senator, the guys that are in the flatmate and the rest of them, and Bucci and the rest of them. And then the same for AY and his gang and his brothers and all those people. And you could go on and on and on and on. In the music industry as well, Davido is singing. You see the army of people that are lifting up because of him. A good example is Israel, who will eat his shit. The same for Whiskey, Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, even Cobham, Semida Kolo. Please, honest to God, let's even leave the 80s generation. They're not seeing money. From 94 to now, point to one person where the success of a Nigerian footballer don't make a life successful. That's how you will know. This thing will talk. So I sit here and I say, from 2010 to now, I produced Emmanuel 18, and I'm not saying it. Ask him, he could tell you. Emmanuel Sebastian, a host of people. This girl that went to Big Brother with, like, these are not people that I picked up when they were already in the media. They don't even know their left from their right in the media. Allison, the Bamage, a whole lot of all these people. I could point that. Larry Zamoji can point to millions of people, no millions so much, but hundreds of people that his platform has given life. Point to one person that because they follow Nigerian footballer is successful. I'm not talking of a person who will have an academy because that's an investment. I'm saying because Nigerian footballers are successful, these people are on their team. Like you have Neymar with those his 11 friends that he has carried along in life. If you can point to that, then we can have a conversation. Because sometimes when we go all this surface talk, it is easy to talk. Surface talk is easy to talk, but I'm a deep diver. I'll go down to the core of the ocean and I'll go and bring you the crust of the earth and I'll show you, like, this is the fact, right? Just think about that for a minute. Let it simmer. Because for the musicians, the comedians, the movie people, you don't need to go do research. Why is it football when you want to do research? I want you to notice that even if you interview the best Nigerian footballer, you put the content out there, they're not going to share them on their platform, but you will see them sharing comedy, sharing Sabinos and the rest of them. Ever ask yourself why that is? Look at the people, just these people that just started doing skit from 2020 during the COVID era. Look at how they rally around themselves. Even the footballers don't like themselves. They are savaging each other, tearing each other down every single minute. So we're not going to sit here and I would say that, oh, Enyeama was done dirty. Enyeama did his best for the national team, but anybody will know Enyeama. This is what he would tell you. Man, that nigga is pretty arrogant. And I understand that because also that's what people say about me. Okay. But I don't shit on people. Right? I just don't take rubbish from anybody. I'm not, it's not going to happen. I don't want people to say Ulisse. That talk make no more talk. We'll not get good goalkeeper now. It's got nothing to do with Enyeama. Enyeama is on his place. Let him have his fun. But let's not put it on anybody. Say let's go and beg him. Beg who? And then Sammy says, just give us a clue before you do the interview about Enyeama's story. Ferdinand, can I say I have lived in the most West African countries, and I prefer it to living in Europe. I'm a Nigerian. I can survive anywhere. But you see, the Obodoyibo, I don't really like it. Samison says, abroad, we don't show love to each other. But in Nigeria, you go see love. I work in Zambia, but I don't envy going to Canada or any Oyibo country. That place is evil and not a good place for any African homie. I'm done. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Idafe Mache. We added extra 40 minutes to the show today. Let's do this tonight after the Senegal versus Cote d'Ivoire game. I think that's gonna be exciting. I don't know, but I think I'm just spoiling for excitement. Verde, Mauritania, same of the same, like Angola versus the other guy, or Guinea versus Equatorial Guinea. But that match is the one that I'm looking at for. I think that the fixtures for this tournament just make every day exciting. God bless you for your time, and thank you for all of the things you do to support my channel. Continue to subscribe. If you've not subscribed to the channel, do what to subscribe. I'll be here again to do the post-match review. God bless you and have a wonderful time. My name is Idafe Manchester. You love to call me the with one Sports, Worry Baju, Kojim, Wobodo, whatever name you call me. I'm yours. Let's do this again later tonight. Bye-bye.